This segment brought to you by the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center in Oakley.
Wildlife is so named because, well, it's wild. And since it is wild, you never know where it will be or what it will do, like the deer peering through the window, seemingly watching TV with Dr. Jake. I ask our viewers to share some of their experiences, and wow, did you ever respond? There were so many and so wild, pardon the pun, that we will have to do more than one segment to get them all in. Maybe it will even become a regular feature. And since our viewers are not confined to Kansas, neither are our stories. We have done a few segments on snakes, and of course, they seem to get the most notice. Maybe because they are so plentiful and just fit about anywhere, like the bathtub. Yes, a friend in Hayes recently posted a photo of a garter snake that had come up through the overflow drain in her tub while her daughter was taking a bath. They fit in the transformers too, as the bull snake in Hayes found out the other day when, in the process of frying himself, he knocked out power to hundreds of Midwest Energy customers. Besides snakes, deer are plentiful and, according to insurance adjusters, much more dangerous. Just ask one of the thousands of drivers who've struck a deer on Kansas roadways. Vicki Tremblay, who lives in the city limits of Topeka, told of a lady's waking her up one morning to say her car had hit Vicki's deer. Only Vicki didn't have a deer. Dawn Hirschberger in Council Grove helped rescue a fawn that was headed for the highway. It ran into the truck repair shop and hid amongst the gas cans and chemicals on a shelf, said Dawn. She retrieved the little guy and released him in her backyard. A doe waited nearby, and Bambi scampered away. My friend Felicia Sheeler from back home in the Blue Ridge shared the story of walking a trail with her dog who went exploring in the woods. She heard snorting and grunting, and the dog came tearing out, being chased by some creature. Felicia was in a panic, with nowhere to go and no time to get there. When a deer emerged, he was as startled to see Felicia as she was him, and thankfully he turned the other way. Likewise, back in Kansas, Sarah Sales was walking a trail at Cheney Lake when she heard something loud, snorting and grunting. It kept getting closer and closer. I tried calling my husband to say my goodbyes, but he didn't answer. I called my daughter and was completely frozen with fear when out jumps a dang deer. I honestly thought it was a wild pig or something. Both my boys almost got plowed over by a deer when they were riding their bikes down the same trail. I thought I was going to be mauled to death, said Sarah, laughing. The deer popped out, I screamed, and then I laughed so hard I was crying. Of course, there are the endless hazards of farm life, as evidenced by Bill Bunyan of Dodge City. When I was in junior high, we had a lot of sheep, and my dad said, take the 5-gallon bucket and fill it with corn to be ground for the sheep. I threw the bucket over the corn bin wall and jumped in to fill it, but got a rude surprise as the bucket went right over a skunk and it let me have it across my eyes when I pulled it up. The saving grace was I was wearing my glasses, and that kept me from getting the full dose. Needless to say, I did stink and got out of the corn bin in record time. Whether it's the frightening or the delightful, like Kylie Bazel's girls in Oakley finding a baby rabbit in the yard, living with wildlife makes life interesting. Let's hear some more of your stories.
Summer is busy at Tarwater Farm and Home. We have just about everything you'll need for your summer projects, and we're consistently competitively priced. Tarwaters can help make your grass and garden grow, and we have a huge variety of equipment to cut it. If you have a farm, Tarwaters has the products and equipment to keep it going strong. And our expanded parking lot will make it even more convenient to shop. So come see us at Tarwater Farm and Home in Topeka.